Trey Norwood, Trey Brown, they depart. How do we look at corner?
Yeah, I think when you look at the secondary overall, Mark, it's probably a bigger question mark than any other spot on the defense. And I think part of that is because of the guys that you talked about, Trey Brown, Trey Norwood lost from the team last year, and maybe the depth. Not that it's a weakness, but it may not necessarily be quite as strong as the defensive line and the linebacking group. So you'll have, Woody Washington is a guy that played a lot last year. I certainly project him to be one of the starting cornerbacks. DJ Graham played a lot more towards the end of the year, started in the Cotton Bowl game against Florida. He's a guy, athleticism is off the charts. He kind of moved positions. He came to Oklahoma as really kind of an athlete recruit. He moved to the cornerback position. And Alex Grinch had just raved about this kid's athleticism, and then he kind of started to come together for him towards the last part of the year. He played a little bit more. So I think Oklahoma has good depth there, but I think those are the two guys that I would see being the starting cornerbacks. You got Jaden Davis, who's played a lot for Oklahoma as well, and reserve duty. He'll challenge DJ Graham for one of the cornerback spots. Latrell McCutcheon, true freshman out of Texas, he'll play a lot as well. I think his biggest concern will just be experience. He's got the talent, he's got the physical skills. The weight, getting stronger and getting bigger in the off season here is going to be big for him, just in terms of being able to kind of take that pounding of a season. So that'll be interesting to see how much he's able to push, from a playing time perspective. And then looking at the safeties, you mentioned Delaren Turner-Yell just a little bit ago. He's going to be there from a strong safety perspective, should be the starter. Justin Harrington, junior college guy, who was missed early in the year last year, one of the biggest junior college recruits that they had last year, along with some of the defensive tackles, is going to be there. He'll challenge Turner-Yell, but not sure exactly where Harrington will fall. They had decided to move him to cornerback a little bit in the spring. Not that it was a failed experiment, but I kind of project him to move more kind of either the safety position or maybe the nickelback side. Just Oklahoma feels pretty strong, pretty good about their depth at the cornerback position. If they do, then may move him to more of the safety. I think the biggest positional battle that you'll see, Mark, here is at the free safety position between Pat Fields and Key Lawrence. So Key Lawrence is obviously the transfer from Tennessee. Physical skills off the charts. I think there was a couple of interviews I thought was interesting that even from the defensive secondary, some of the players and coaches said when Lawrence is keyed up, when he's ready to go, he can be one of the best players that they have on the team. So I think maybe that just his ability to be consistent and bringing that effort, bringing that intensity every single day is maybe the challenge there. Whereas you got Pat Fields, who's a guy that's played a lot. He was a captain last year, and I know it's kind of hard to think about a captain of a previous the previous year not even starting. So at this point, I would really project Key Lawrence to kind of grab that spot just from his athleticism perspective, and specifically with Pat Fields missing the entire spring on a small little injury. So, but that'll be a big battle throughout the throughout the summer and fall camp. And then really just kind of the last position at the nickelback. You have Jeremiah Cradell. You have a couple of kids that haven't played a lot that are probably going to be asked to play a little bit, certainly more this year. Jeremiah Cradell hadn't played a lot. He's a guy that Alex Grinch talked about. It was really kind of coming together for him throughout the end of last year and then early in the spring. A guy that he hasn't seen a player improve more from one year to the next than what he saw out of Cradell. So if he can carry that over into the fall, I think he's good there. But a wild card is Billy Bowman, true freshman, who played a lot in the spring game as well. Cradell was out of the spring game, so Billy Bowman played a lot. Really held his own against Marvin Mims, matched up with him a lot in the slot. Really in a one-on-one perspective, held Mims to only 2 catches for the entire game. So, played, he's a guy that's ready. I think he's ready physically to play immediately. So that'll be an interesting battle to see how that works out as well.
We talk Oklahoma football here every day. Here at the Voice of College Football. Appreciate everybody being here for the live stream that's typically on Friday, this week on a Monday. So thanks for hanging with us and staying up to date. Subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications. That way you know when we drop new content and also when we're going live